Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This channel is dedicated to helping people overcome emotional trauma, especially things like complex PTSD. And today, what I wanted to talk about was the somatic resistance that you wind up experiencing when you start to work through the side effects of trauma. So, for example, recently in Thriver School of Transformation, we did the topic of self-abandonment, how to overcome self-abandonment. And so we broke it up into 3 weeks, right? So the first week, what we did was we learned why we self-abandon, why people that have undergone things like narcissistic abuse, childhood trauma, having parents with addictions or emotionally unavailable parents, why they wind up, or we, I should say, because recovering cptsd person right here, but why we wind up self-abandoning. So we learned, in other words, the cognitive side of it, the understanding, the logic. Oh, this is why I do this. This is why I put everyone up here and myself way down here. This is why I wind up people pleasing, or why I say yes when I really want to say no, right? So we get the understanding part of it. And then after we set some goals and we worked on that from the cognitive side of it, then we checked for somatic resistance. And what that is, what somatic resistance is your body's way of saying, oh yeah, you want to do that? I don't. In other words, our subconscious programs, our subconscious beliefs, they show up in the body. So let's say I'm working on overcoming self-abandonment. So I set the goal. I'm like, oh, I want to stop people pleasing. I want to put down a boundary. I want to say no if I really can't do something, if it's really going to harm me, or be like me sacrificing me. If I say yes, I really want to say no. Right. And then I'm like, ooh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to set my goal. And then I go to do it. And this is the hard part of working through trauma. At that moment, when we go to do it, that's when the somatic resistance shows up. Our body starts to show us what our programs are. So maybe our program is, we're not allowed to make other people upset. We're not allowed to say no. We're not allowed to care about our needs. It's dangerous to be authentic and let somebody know how you really feel about something. And so how those beliefs show up is in your body. So your heart might start beating. I'm ready to say no. And all of a sudden my heart's beating. I'm starting to feel tension in my chest. My throat gets dry. I feel tension in my jaw. My legs start to feel like wobbly as I'm walking. In other words, my body is showing me, communicating to me that to those programs, to my subconscious beliefs, what I'm about to do is outside of my belief system and could be very dangerous, right? That's basically what it's like. Don't do that. So this is what makes working through trauma so, so hard. Because we know eventually we come out of the fog, we come out of the darkness, we come out of the, why am I like this? Why am I struggling? Why do I behave like this? Why do I have all these fears? We get that. But then we want to act on it, and it's as if we can't. So that being said, right, this is a time of year where everyone, or many people, I should say, tend to set goals, right? 2023 is a blank slate. It'd be awesome to change a lot of things that are showing up in life. We don't want to have our past, the struggles that we struggled with in 2022, just kind of be flung into 2023. We want that blank canvas. We want to set goals. We want to do things differently. Well, if we don't acknowledge our somatic resistance and we don't learn how to work through the subconscious blocks that come up, that's when self-sabotage and procrastination start coming up over and over again. So I challenge you, if you are at a point in your life right now where you're like, okay, it's a new year, I want to do things differently, write down what you would like to accomplish for 2023. Write it out in a way that you really kind of can see a visual of it. Write it out and then take a few minutes to visualize it. See yourself doing the things you would have to do to accomplish that goal, and then pay attention to what happens. You are either going to get somatic resistance or somatic acceptance. Somatic acceptance is your body's like, ooh, this feels exciting. And you feel like expansion and it feels good. And you start to feel emotions in the body that feel good, that are light, that just kind of bubble up, right? And they feel good. If you have somatic resistance, it's the opposite. Instead of bubbling up, it's going to feel like constriction. Things are going to get tight. And that's showing you that there are some subconscious blocks. And if you have those subconscious blocks, no matter what external goals you set, no matter what things you put down on your to-do list, your subconscious is always going to pull you back into alignment with the beliefs or programs that it has installed. So my advice to you is to start upgrading those beliefs. Start learning how to work through subconscious blocks. Two awesome modalities that I'm going to recommend. One is Psych K, Psych standing for mind, K meaning like the key. So the key to your mind. It is a fast modality that helps you to upgrade subconscious beliefs. When you combine it with somatic experiencing, which is upgrading or rewiring your nervous system, right? Your subconscious mind and your nervous system, they're like BFFs. They work together. And so we want to have those two pieces of us that are our most empowered, creative pieces. We want them working for us and not against us. So when you combine Psych K with somatic experiencing and you're upgrading both of those, it is an amazing, amazing way to start seeing your goals reached, to start seeing that you can overcome your subconscious blocks. I currently hired Michaela, who is now a certified Psych K facilitator, to do that modality. And then I'm doing the somatic experiencing. If you want to do a deep dive with us and get some sessions on coaching, somatic experiencing, and Psych K, make sure you check out the links in the description box so that you can start to create 2023 the way you want it created.